The House and the Senate are back in session this week. It could be the last week that they're in session. They're facing a Friday deadline for government funding. Everybody expects that they're going to figure this out before they leave town, but the details haven't come together just yet. So we're paying a lot of attention to that process, and in the meantime, the House Financial Services Committee is going to have several hearings, including a hearing on Tuesday on credit reporting and a hearing on Thursday on the Wells Fargo situation. If the House and the Senate finish the funding resolution and pass that through December 9th, they're going to be out of session until after the election. Next week, CUNA is going to file its comment letter to CFPB's small dollar lending proposal. And in that letter, we're going to make a number of points. Small dollar lending is something that credit unions have been doing from day one. And if you look back at the Federal Credit Union Act, you'll see that Congress very much intended for credit unions to be there for consumers to help them meet their small dollar credit needs. So we're going to make that point. We're also going to talk about how the abuses in that market need to be curbed. We see this in every town in the country where storefront and online payday lenders and auto title lenders are abusing consumers, and so often the credit union is there to help consumers get out of that cycle of debt. We want to make sure that when this rule goes forward, that credit unions are in a position to do that. So what we'll ask the CFPB to do is to either withdraw the rule because it has a number of fatal flaws, or exempt credit unions entirely. In lieu of that, there are dozens of changes that we think are going to be necessary that we will outline in what will end up being one of the largest comment letters that we've ever filed. Listen, this is really important. We know that for most credit unions, they're not making a lot of money on small dollar lending, but they offer it because it's a service to their members, that their members need it. So what we need is for credit unions to tell those stories, to talk about the times where you've helped members get loans for refrigerators or for dentures, to meet those financial emergencies that come up in life. Credit unions help their members afford life, and those are the stories that the CFPB needs to hear during this comment period. The deadline to file comments with the CFPB is October 7th, a week from Friday, and it's important now that credit unions use CUNA's Grassroots Action Center to file those letters. Tell your story. That's the best way that we have to ensure that credit unions will be able to continue to be there for members in need.